Students, today we have started the order of the reaction. The dependence of a reaction rate on concentration may be expressed in terms of order of reaction. So what is the order? The sum of the powers of concentration term in rate equation is known as the order of the reaction. As you can see in the given equation, that MA plus NB gives the product. So rate equation, right, will be expressed as R equals to K, A raised to power M and b raised to power n, right? So the order will be m plus n. So this rate equation, this is the according to the rate law equation, then the powers will get added up. But when we are writing simply the rate of the reaction in terms of the law of mass action, then it may or may not be that the stoichiometric coefficient powers which will be added, right, to determine the order of the reaction will not be same, may be same or may not be same to that of the experimentally determined, right? So next come that the order tell us the number of the concentration term that determines the rate, right? And if we consider A plus B gives C plus D, then the rate of the reaction is proportional to the concentration of A to the power of X, and also rate may be proportional to the concentration term of B to the power of Y. The overall equation is rate equals to K AX BY. So the overall order of the reaction will be X plus Y. Now, the reaction rate is the velocity reaction to convert the reactant into its product. Reactions may be classified according to the order of the reaction, which is the number of reacting species whose concentration determines the rate at which the reaction occurs. The most important orders of the reaction are zero order. Its breakdown rate is independent of the concentration of any of the reactant. So that's why it is a zero order reaction. Here the rate of the reaction is independent of the concentration term of the reactant. First order, the reaction rate will be determined by one concentration term. And the second order, the rate is determined by the concentration of two reacting species. Now, the decomposition of many drugs can occur simultaneously by two or more pathways, which complicates the determination of the rate constant. Now, those reactions will be termed as the complex reactions, right? Now, next, the types of the order of reaction. So, as I said, it will be zero order reaction. It is first order reaction, second order reaction. We have third order reaction and higher one also. And the fifth one, right, is a fractional order reaction. Now let's see the examples of first order reaction. The thermal decomposition of nitrogen pentoxide is an example of first order reaction, right? Similarly, hydrolysis of hydrogen peroxide. Third is decomposition of calcium carbonate, right? So it's wrong written here, it's calcium carbide, but it will be calcium carbonate. It is CaCO3 because the equation which is given here, it is CaCO3 gives calcium oxide plus CO2. These are the examples of the first order reaction. Similarly, we have some examples of second order reactions also. Thermal decomposition of nitrous oxide. Right, the second order. Why? Because here the rate of the reaction is going to depend upon the two concentration terms of the reactant species. So here it is 2, which is experimentally determined. Decomposition of NO2 and decomposition of hydrogen iodide. So these are the examples, though they belong to thermal decomposition reactions, right? Then also they are the second order reactions, right? We can have the reaction between NO and O3, NO and ozone also, which gives NO2 plus O2 also in the second order reaction. Now students, the third order reactions. Here are the examples. Reaction between nitric oxide and oxygen to give nitrogen dioxide, right? Reaction between nitric oxide and chlorine to give nitrosyl fluoride, right? And the reaction between FeCl3 and SnCl2 gives ferrous chloride as SnCl4 are the examples of the third order reaction. Similarly, we have the reactions for the zero order. A number of zero order reactions are known in which the rate of the reaction is independent of the concentration of the reactant, right? So here you can see the decomposition of ammonia at the surface of the metal iron or tungsten. It gives N2 plus 3H2, right? And a similar way, decomposition of 2HI in hydrogen iodide in presence of gold as a catalyst. So these reactions takes place on the surface of the catalyst. So once the surface is covered completely that is get saturated with ammonia or HI molecule at a given concentration of ammonia and HI, the further increase in any of the two is not going to affect the rate of the reaction. Initially it will be affected, but later on when the surface gets completely saturated, then the rate of the reaction becomes independent of the concentration of either ammonia or HI. Right? So then there's an example of the fractional order also. Reaction orders are usually positive, integers or 0, but can also have some fractional negative value. Now you can see here the reaction is between chloroform and chlorine, CHCl3 and Cl2. What are the products? CCl4, right, and formation of HCl. Now student, here the fractional order appears in the rate law as R equals to K chloroform Cl2 raised to power half. This order means that the reaction depends on the square root of the chlorine concentration. If the initial concentration of chlorine is increased by a factor of 4, for example, the rate increases by under root 4, that is equal to 2, right? That is, therefore the rate would get doubled. Right, student? So similarly, the reaction between hydrogen and bromine to form HBr is a fractional order reaction, and dissociation of CoCl2 to give CO plus Cl2 is the fractional order reaction, right? So these were the examples of the orders of the reaction, different order of the reactions.